Is a Saturday night. We've got a refinery issue out in Martinez. I just wanted to put some minds at ease. There's been some, I think there was an EBS, an emergency bulletin that came across the TV in Contra Costa County. Here's a picture of it right now. This is one of the alert cameras, but you can see this was earlier right there. So that's a significant amount of smoke. What you notice with that smoke plume is it's laying straight down. The winds are blowing from the south. That means that plume is going towards the north. It's going across the bay, out away from not away from Antioch for the most part, and out into the Delta area, which is, if you live in those regions, the winds are strong, the inversion is relatively deep, and so this smoke is not settling down easily. So that's good news. I bring this up because when these things happen, there's little information that comes out, and I know as someone who cares about their health, I want to know what's in that smoke. Now, I haven't been told what's in this smoke yet. I haven't seen it yet online. I was checking the air quality district. I haven't seen anything. But in typical refinery fires, you have benzene, which is not good, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, and formaldehyde. And there's other chemicals as well that are not healthy. But the upshot to this is, if there can be an upshot, is the winds are blowing strong, the inversion is deep, and it is kind of moving out into the bay. And if you're in Martinez immediately, or you're in some of these areas, you're advised, if you're downwind of this storm, you're advised to shelter in place, which is so often we see these. If I come a little closer, let's see if I don't know how long this camera's gonna hold up, but you see the smoke plume. I pulled it up, let me see if I can pull up a flame here. Earlier I looked at it and there was a pretty big flame. So not seeing smoke, or not seeing flame, but seeing smoke. Here's weatherwatchduty.org. It is showing you the areas of concern, right? And that makes sense because, right, the winds are blowing south. Those little vectors, that's the way the wind's blowing. So if you're in Concord, or you're in Walnut Creek, or you're in Berkeley, or even Martinez, out towards Rodeo, the smoke is blowing kind of off more towards Sassoon Bay, out towards Sassoon Bay and out towards the Delta. So if you are in downwind of this, if it was me, I would get in the house and I would shut the door. And if you start smelling something, that's the time that maybe you could, if you were to smell something, maybe put a wet towel under a door or something. It depends how sensitive you are, old people, elderly people, young children, and people with respiratory issues. So let's keep an eye on it. I did go to purpleair.com, which is a nice little air quality site. They're not picking up on much of anything, and I'm not sure if that's because they don't have sensors in this zone. You see where the sensors are? Smoke's going this way. So either way, I'm just curious what we might see there. But what we do see, these are the surface observations. And I want you to see that you've got, this is the bridge, and here's Martinez. You got a 28 mile an hour wind gust. That is, if I'm downwind from this fire, that's what I want to see, because it's going to disperse the smoke plume. The inversion's deeper, smoke plume's got big wind on it, and that's pretty helpful. So just one of those things. So don't panic if you're in Concord. Don't panic at all, but just be aware, right? Know what you got, know what's going on. And there'll be updates. They're going to start updating more and more as we go into the evening. So let's go back to the rain real quick. I just wanted to get that in. I don't usually do an evening one, but those things happen, and people, it's scary. It's just scary. And especially on weekends, sometimes the information's slow to get out. I'm having trouble getting information. But I can tell you what I know. And what I know is the winds are blowing really strong, and they're blowing out of the south, and they're blowing out towards the bay. So overall, that's probably as good a scenario as you're going to get in an environment like this, in a situation like this. So we got the rainfall accumulations, Mount Tam, over the last couple of days. Let's go 24 hours now. Over the last 24 hours, Mount Tam is coming in over almost 4 inches of rain. 2 inches of rain in parts of Marin County. All of this rain, by the way, beneficial rain. What I mean by that is it's awesome in that it's not flooding us out. We do have a flood advisory up here in this green area, because they're getting some pretty consistent soaking rains up towards Santa Rosa. But as I showed you, it's not out of control. Let's back it up a little bit and go back up to see where that zone is. So you're going to have more rain up here, but even though Santa Rosa, Windsor, Healdsburg, a couple inches of rain. So manageable. If you had 4 inches of rain today, it gets a little less manageable. So that's kind of some good news. This is, let's do this. Let's go to the GFS. This is rainfall accumulation. This is over the next 24 hours. And you can see by tomorrow morning, this is the kind of rain that you can, between now and tomorrow morning, this is the kind of rainfall you can expect to see. Note where the bullseye is as we go into Monday morning, right? That's the reservoir area. That's Northern California. These folks in NorCal, Eel River, Smith River, they're set up for drainage. So you can take big rainfall accumulations. West slope of the Sierra Nevada, it's raining. It's raining. And it's going to rain, throughout the evening, except the higher elevations. But certainly at 6,000 feet at the passage, you're getting a rain mix of snow. So it's wet. And then we go all the way into Wednesday. You see the footprint. And this is the latest model run, by the way. And that's how it looks. This is how we go through the next week. Will be the rainfall accumulations. And you can see it's in all the right spots. So with that in mind, I just wanted to get this out that, again, what I've seen, big winds, deep inversion. There are dangerous chemicals in refinery fires. I mentioned those: benzene, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, and formaldehyde. And there's some others too. But in this case, you're seeing the smoke being blown aggressively away, which disperses it a lot. Okay, I hope that helps. We'll probably see you back here tomorrow.